Welcome back to another game of GP Florence. This is round 4, and we have Ambrose versus Gynoidpoet.
Ambrose is on show and tell.
EurekaTell, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
it's
Florence Fellowship is a Eureka effect, not a show and tell effect. And Answer Midnight's Call isn't actually a show and tell, it's half a show and tell, which is actually better than just a full show and tell.
We're just telling. That's all that we need to know. And then Poet is on Black Red Burn.
Actually, didn't Ambrose just face Burn? Was it last round or 2 rounds ago?
I don't remember. Ambrose has faced Burn before. I'm pretty sure the game we commentated was against Burn as well.
Anyways, Ambrose mulligans to 6, and I think that's a pretty good hand that they're going to keep. They get turn 3 Answer Midnight's Call into Tyrant Tributes. Meanwhile, Gynoidpoet gets turn 1 called with Fetch into Painland.
Yep. Bottom's the Fellowship, which makes sense.
Yeah, they only need a second effect.
And it's the worst effect. Better for your opponent to be able to drop stuff.
Yeah. Is Gynoidpoet on the play? Oh, well, that matters a lot here because against the Burn deck, your opponent gets to go turn 1 called Axlinger.
Yep. There's Precipice.
There's the Self-Ping, and there's the 3/3 called Axlinger on turn 1.
Classic
Burn.
See the draw, though. There's a Nebula. It doesn't really do anything here.
I think Ambrose plays Mysterious Cataract tapped. Or actually, no, Gleaming River tapped, because if Fetch is tapped always, no, they're going to play Mysterious Cataract tap. I'm actually not sure which play would lose them more life in the long run. Yeah, probably going Mysterious Cataract was correct, because they only need to tap Gleaming River once.
Yep, draws the second land.
Ooh, that's really good for them. And they're going to use Storm Surge to enable called Axlinger. And then
plays Berserker over. I guess that isn't the worst. You have suitors. So next turn you can go Suitor first, and then Berserker is essentially just a 1-mana 2/2.
Yeah, so it's a Banished Companion that doesn't hit you in the face, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And Ambrose is getting whacked down to 9. Can Ambrose show and tell before Gynoidpoet kills them? Because I don't think they can, right? They're still 1 turn away from show and telling.
Yep. So if Poet can get the kill here, heck, you don't even necessarily need to get the kill here. Tyrant is gaining, comparatively not very much life.
Well, Valir. Yeah, there you go. You can Valir into Tyrant. So it seems like Ambrose is thinking pretty hard about how they're not going to lose this game.
It comes down to if Poet draws a burn spell here, the game's locked up.
Yep.
But right now, they have exactly 8 damage threatened.
Well,
his burst is 3.
Yeah.
And then that's 5 swing on the ground. The 1 short. So yeah, that not Gleaming Rivering really mattered. At least we'll see. Oh, draws burn.
Well, actually, no. If Amber goes down to 1 life, they can't actually cast Answer Midnight's Call next turn because both of their lands cost life.
Oh, yeah. The game's over anyways. Storm Surge into Burst is 6 damage, and then Berserker and Axlinger say 3 more damage. That's lethal. Not very much Ambrose could do there.
I mean, that's what it feels like when you're playing against Burn. Sometimes they just get the nut draws and you can't do anything about it.
Yep.
I mean, I guess this isn't even that much of a nut draw. It's just slightly above average draw. Ambrose just had no way to interact in the first 2 turns, and they just lose.
Yeah, that's the tough thing. You don't have any interaction on turn 2. You ramp instead, and that's just game.
Yep.
None of these cards really seem special. Your opponent's not casting enough spells for Dissident to be any good.
Right.
Then Forked Pillar, nothing small enough. Same with Munch. There's no boards there.
I mean, Curse of Bleeding against Stand is available if you really want to. I mean, Ambrose is running Stand in this board, right? They're running 4 stands.
Would you also throw in the counter magic too, neutralize?
Yeah, of course. You need interaction.
Yeah.
It seems like the game has already started.
There's a stand, but yeah.
Well, there's Seek into Stand. I mean, that's fine.
Poet Side and Curse.
Okay, seems like they are siding in against the Stand.
Yeah, siding against Stand makes sense.
Gynoidpoet
mulls to 6, keeps that.
That's fine. You bottom a land here, and then
you have Find Greater Purpose, so you have good card advantage. You should be fine.
Yeah.
Ambrose here is really gonna have to search for something to Fellowship. 2 ramp spells, Seek and Fellowship.
Turn 1 Seek is pretty good.
Then you do have 2 fetches, so you can get to Fellowship. Just about hitting a Fellowship target off of Seek, really.
Well, you do want a 3rd land so you can Fellowship on turn 3.
Mm.
Yeah, Ambrose takes a 3rd land here, I think.
Yeah, you should be taking the Cataract.
Yeah.
I think you have to take the Cataract if you want to be ramping turn 2. I guess not necessarily, but
You're getting Nebula on turn 2, right? Because either way, you're paying life for Nebula, so you might as well do it now when you need untapped.
You could go pool, and then...
No, that's going to be tapped.
Yeah, that's true.
That's always tapped. Mysterious Cataract can't be tapped, so you always take Mysterious Cataract here.
Are there any basic... The deck runs basic islands.
Yeah, but you have to draw them.
Farseek.
Oh, right. Good point. Yeah, that works. Okay, Gynoidpoet top deck and cult there. With the fetch land. Yep.
Good stuff.
So this game's going to play out pretty similarly to last.
It really will. I guess you go Berserker into Burst.
You mean next turn?
Yeah, next turn. I mean, go Berserker, Burst. Turn 3, find Greater Purpose on one of your lands, and...
Yeah, that seems pretty good.
And Ambrose do a Fellowship target.
Okay, so I think Ambrose actually has a good chance of stabilizing here then.
Yep. Fetch, Velier makes a big old Toki, and then...
Yeah.
You just sit there and menacingly...
Well, it's not menace. It doesn't have menace yet, but it has First Strike and Lifelink. And Vigilance. And flying.
It's standing there vigilantly, okay? How about that?
It's standing there lifelinkingly.
Standing there, flying.
Then they wouldn't be standing, they would just be...
floating there.
Yeah.
Arguing the specifics of how exactly this token is existing on the battlefield.
Well, Ambrose is taking their time to consider whether to stand or Farseek. They decided to stand instead.
Stand? Really?
Yeah, I think that's probably the wrong play there, because Ambrose is on a play, and if you're on the play, then you can really push the turn 3 Forest Fellowship.
You can outspeed burn. It doesn't have any way to kill that elemental, I'm pretty sure.
Maybe Ambrose was just traumatized by their last game against Prowess, where the Prowess deck had a way to tap the elemental to swing for lethal.
Yeah, because Storm Surge into Berserker.
Okay, and Ambrose not ramped there is also bad because now Pool of Light is tapped.
It doesn't really matter. They still have turn 4 Fellowship.
Oh, wait, actually, they didn't have turn 4 Fellowship anyways because Farseek only fetches Island and they need double green.
Oh, yeah. They have to Into the Woods here.
Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, that's... Well, Ambrose would have known that they were going to draw Answer Midnight's Call, but that kind of does hurt.
And
not
hindsight is 2020.
No, I think they made the correct play using stand unsayable because you can't really play assuming that you're going to draw what you need unless you're playing to your outs. But Ambrose was fine just standing there because they had more time.
Now you can seek up an island.
Yeah, seek an island and then play Pool of Life untapped.
Sit there.
Oh, is it tapped? Never mind then.
You're still threatening neutralize. You could still or spell pierce. Like a counter spell is still possible.
Yeah, but I don't think Gynoidpoet's gonna play around counter spells. They don't need to.
That's fair. But it's a threat.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's what you need. You just need to threaten the opponent.
Well, Gynoidpoet has one turn to kill Ambrose now before they drop their big thing and probably clean up the game.
I mean, even when Velier drops, there's no guarantee that Ambrose wins.
Right, because burn spells can go past the token.
Yeah. Of course, it depends on what Poet draws. It's never a great situation to be in. It looks like Poet's just going to opt to just dump the hand here. Companion, Burst Face.
Yeah, makes sense. Try to get as much damage in as you can with your creatures before your opponent drops a big blocker.
Yeah, that should...
Ooh, Ambrose can't top deck into a counter spell. Well, there we go. Do you counter here? I think you do because tapping your opponent is advantageous.
Yeah, that was... Wow.
I think Gynoidpoet will still pay for it because it's not like they're going to do more damage with Banish plus Find Greater Purpose. Or maybe they will.
I feel like you want to go Find Greater Purpose, though. Your opponent has Fellowship next turn.
Actually, wait. Cult Axlinger. Is it going to be enabled if you don't pay for Spell Pierce? They let it resolve. Oh yeah, Banish Companion plus Criminal Precipice will enable Cult Axlinger.
Yeah, Poet can go Companion. If they just save Purpose for post-combat, Axlinger is still online.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have the right.
So that's swing for 7?
Yep. And damage causes loss of life.
Yes, people lose life when they take damage.
Okay. Ambrose is at 7. Like, it might be possible if you either get Cursive Bleeding.
Yeah.
Or somehow enough burn to just kill the opponent, which is unlikely because they're at 7 right now.
Yeah, you can't just slip into 2 burn spells. Well, Gynoidpoet does get to draw a card next turn too, so they have 3 cards to work with. Is there any combination of 3 cards that would let them win past a Valier token?
Just Cursive Bleeding.
Right,
that makes the token's goodness just go completely down. At that point, you might have enough time to just kill the opponent by swinging.
Well, actually, no. Gynoidpoet also has to worry about their life because token's an 8/8 unblockable guy for Gynoidpoet.
That's true.
Actually, I think flipping Cursive Bleeding wouldn't work here either because Gynoidpoet is going to find greater purpose this turn, sacking one of their lands. That hits them for 1, so they're at 9 life. If they draw Cursive Bleeding, they have to have Crumbling Precipice to play it, so they're at 8 life. So
Unless they also hit a basic.
Yeah, so they have to flip a Cursive Bleeding plus a basic to not lose a Valier token.
Well, possible. Someone's got to get the nut draw every once in a while.
I think Gynoidpoet already got it last game.
Why not second nut draw?
Good point.
Gonna find here next to land. Imagine if it's Suitor and it's Axlinger.
Oof. Ambrose also says oof.
Second Axlinger.
At least they can enable it off the Crumbling Precipice plus the Banished Companion.
Valier makes a token. I don't think it matters, unfortunately.
It doesn't. Yeah.
Ambrose is just playing with so much life.
Never mind then.
It's Turi, so you can just go Valier, draw a bunch of cards. Turi, you got a board.
Yeah.
Turi, make it an 8/8 Kraken.
Gaining 8 life.
Yep, that's bad for Poet. That's the thing. If Ambrose was on the draw, they would have probably lost this game.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean by play draw dependence.
Yeah, Burn versus this deck is very play draw dependent. If Burn is on the play, it outspeeds. If EurekaTell is on the play, it gains a bunch of life.
I mean, Ambrose could have had turn 3 cheat the guy in if they played badly and decided to just pray that they top deck Astimageon next call and get rewarded for that. Ambrose is taking their time. What do you think they're thinking about?
Sometimes you just gotta think. Maybe it might not even be game related. Who knows?
Maybe they're just tapping out.
Gonna Valier off the answer.
Yep.
Gonna -5. Draw a couple lands. Curry. 3. Kraken trigger. Another land.
Hey, I mean, if Gynoidpoet kills both of Ambrose's Planeswalkers and then also kills the Kraken, then maybe they win because Ambrose has something else in hand.
Poet doesn't have a way to kill an 8/8 Kraken. At least not realistically.
I agree, but it's always fun to think about what could have happened if the decks can do stuff that they normally can't.
The draw is Berserker here.
That is a lot of haste creatures, at least, and none of Ambrose's creatures have lifelink.
If you go Berserker here and Axlinger, the 2/3/3s, 2/2/2s, a 2/2. You can definitely kill the Planeswalkers.
Yeah.
Can you?
I'm pretty sure you can kill the Planeswalkers and still have a chump blocker for the Kraken token. Right?
I think the main thing is that, you can also just take them down to 1 because neither of them really have anything that they can do.
Valier can +2.
Valier.
Atari can reanimate from graveyard, which it's nothing. Okay.
Does nothing. So you just need to kill Valier here. He decides that they can't really pull it back. I mean, I would stick it out. I think if you kill Valier, you might just have a fighting chance. It's unlikely, but it's possible.
It's worth a try.
Yeah. I guess it also depends on what Ambrose draws, because if you hit
literally
another
anything.
Planeswalker or a Tyrant, if you hit Tyrant, that's a bunch of life gain, another draw on top of the Tyrant ability. Of course, Ambrose could also just draw a bunch more lands.
Yeah. I think the play here is play Cult, play Bloodvenge, swing with both cults onto the Valier and 2 creatures onto the Turi, and then hold back 1 guy to block. But you also have to attack the Banished Companion to trigger your cults. So you hold back one of the Bloodvenge Berserkers to block, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But they play Suitor to see instead. Never mind, they're not going to get there.
Imagine.
Or, no, they can chump with Suitor, never mind then. That probably works. Or, no, they need 2 cult Axlingers to kill the Valier through the Kraken token.
Okay. I guess Valier is less scary without Turi on the field, at least.
I still think plussing to kill stuff is pretty scary. I'll let Turi.
Why not let Turi? Why not swing with Companion at...
because Companion hits your face.
Yeah, you want to hit face so you can kill something.
Well, it seems like Gynoidpoet isn't going to be enabling Cult Axlinger this turn. No, wait, they are.
Yeah.
Wait, Gynoidpoet also attacking? Okay, I feel like that's the wrong order to be doing it in.
I feel like going 2 and 2 is enough.
Yeah, I agree. 2 and 2 is the best one.
Yeah, they're just gonna leave Velier alive, make it big, and ruin your day.
Well, right, Gynoidpoet can't really win through burn at this point.
Yeah.
Berserkers won't untap now. Well, Suitor of the Sea will untap them, I guess.
Yeah, Suitor.
Okay, see,
Fellowship.
I guess if Gynoidpoet did try to clear a board there, all Ambrose can do now is play a tap land and ramp. You say minus Valera to kill it and then make a life linking token. I think you do that because your opponent just has no way to deal with a token. Ambrose is going
forced Fellowship out of land.
Yep.
That seems disrespectful.
Hey, might as well. It's not like your opponent has anything that they can do.
Imagine apologizing for trying to win the game.
I mean, if you killed Valera instead of Turi, then there might be a slight chance, but yeah, game's over.
We've had much longer games.
Yeah.
Don't feel the need to apologize. It's only 30 minutes. That's tame even.
And there's no judge calls yet.
There's no judge calls. That's what really takes up the time and neither of these decks are particularly judge call-y.
No, that's an unkeepable hand from Gynoidpoet. And I think this hand's also unkeepable from Ambrose. Ooh, 2 cursive bleedings.
I not that 2
and Gynoidpoet's on the play.
Yep. So you go fetch up and you do the Axlinger line. Curse is really good in this matchup, actually.
Yeah.
It's not super great in multiples.
No,
but you're already mold. You can just bottom one.
I mean, Valera kills enchantment, so maybe multiples are redundancy against Valera in case your opponent cheats into Valera and pluses it. Actually, no, that's way too slow. If your opponent cheats into Valera and pluses it.
Yeah, I was going to say, if Ambrose plays Valera and use it to blow up the curse, Poet is just going to kill Valera before it can even... they do decide to hang on to both.
You mean kill Valera? You mean kill Ambrose, right? Like, if they're going to...
Also, you can just kill Ambrose. Ambrose Mulls there, that is very keepable.
Yes.
Scary hand.
But they also have no early interaction, and they're on the draw.
That's true, but I mean, I imagine in Ambrose mind, it's like, drop Velier, get Tyrant, you have big threats.
I mean, yeah, they are going to keep this, but it's unfortunate that they don't have early interaction.
You bottom one of the ramp spells. I don't think the specific ramp spell matters.
Into what's technically put it into play untapped, in case you top deck neutralize or something, I guess.
Just threaten neutralize, maybe.
Or actually, if you top deck...
Poet doesn't care, though.
If you top deck Seek Prophecy, then I guess Into the Woods is better than Farseek, because turn 2 you can Into the Woods and then use untapped land to cast Seek Prophecy. Ambrose does not agree.
So that's going to happen, exactly what you said. You also get Axlinger next turn, too, because you have a second fetch.
Yeah.
It's kind of rough taking so much damage from your lands, but also your opponent just dies, so it's fine.
Burning your own face to burn your opponent's face.
It's a worthwhile trade-off. 9 out of 10 doctors agree.
I mean, you took 3 damage and hit your opponent for 3. It's basically a sulfuric vortex on steroids, right?
Yeah. The draw is the second answer. Nothing special. The draw is Psat Charm. That's a good magic card.
I think it's going to be Curse of Bleeding.
Could be. Could also go Charm Phase.
I mean, Gynoidpoet wants to get down Curse of Bleeding before Ambrose can play stand unassailable in case if Ambrose has it. Oh no, they're going full. Oh, good. They're not gonna suicide themselves for no reason. Yep, there's a Curse of Bleeding. Well, the problem with Curse of Bleeding is that it doesn't do very well against Time of Tributes because you have to choose what to sack first. Okay, yeah. Locking Ambrose for 3. Ambrose draws Into the Woods. Unfortunately, they're not going to get punished for keeping Farseek over Into the Woods.
It's still a small difference either way.
Yeah, but it would have been funny, at least, if Ambrose top decked Seek Prophecy there.
Mm-hmm. Now this turn, go Suitor into Charm, own it down to 6, and then they go into one of their cards.
Yeah.
Now, Curse makes, like, Velier really bad. If you try and Velier and blow up the bleeding, Poet just kills you.
Yeah. Well, there's Into the Woods. Is Ambrose going to bluff neutralize?
You have no reason not to. It doesn't affect your mana at all.
Yeah.
And you want to get 2 blue anyways. Oh, I just noticed Ambrose doesn't have a 4th land.
Wait. Good point.
Oh, Lord. Ambrose needs to top deck a land here.
I don't think top decking a land is enough.
Fair. Do the draw. Scorch. Good card. Good magic card.
So Gynoidpoet can choose to not play Suitor this turn in order to play around Time of Tributes. Not that really does anything, actually. So, never mind.
I feel like it might be better to have Suitor.
Yeah, probably.
I guess actually, yeah, if you really don't want to sack Curse, then don't play Suitor. Opponent's down to 3 anyways, so Amber's not even the land because Curse. Like, you could go Bellier, make a token, and then you would probably wouldn't even have a good chance because it's just 1 burn spell and Poet win.
Yeah.
Decides to drop Suitor instead. Makes sense. If you draw a land, you have lethal in hand.
Oof.
And didn't draw, so that's just game.
I mean, even if they drew a land, it wouldn't have helped. I guess the giant creatures might have, but Gynoidpoet has burn in hand.
Yep.
Farseek, unfortunately not enough. 1 land, a turn too late.
Yeah, not drawing any lands that game really hurt. You could draw, doesn't really matter, but
Yep, Suitor. Actually, yeah, Suitor does cause some judge calls.
That's true. Suitor was a card that causes quite a few judge calls.
Actually, most people just don't judge call the Suitor. They just notice it and then change the life total without calling a judge because like nobody really wants to call a judge for such a small thing that's easy to fix. But,
Curse again. And that's game. So burn takes it over EurekaTell.
Yeah.
Starting on the play really mattered there.
That's the problem with clunky decks like EurekaTell. You just lose to fast decks if you don't have any interaction early. And you can't always guarantee that you'll draw into early interaction.
Yep. Curse did a lot of work there. If Ambrose drew into the 4th land, then you could have dropped Velier and made the big token that blocked. It might not have helped you, depending on what Poet drew, but essentially that means they can't attack anymore.
Well, no. Ambrose can drop Velier and then minus and play in Turi and then make the token.
I'm imagining that because there's a land in the way.
Oh, okay, right, good point. But if Velier draws into the Turi...
You draw into the Turi the turn after, you have a second answer, drop Turi, make 2nd token and Turi token, and you just win the game.
Yeah. Well, seems like Ambrose's streak is coming to an end.
Yeah.